Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bob DeMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. I am wondering if painful dry parts of some fingers could be because of this. It's been going on for about 2 months. Well, I wasn't sure what this was, but during the wintertime, most people don't drink enough water and the conditions are very dry. I know recently I've increased my water during the wintertime. I also know that you might not have enough oil in your body. Not enough oil can cause cracked skin. So drink enough water, make sure you have enough oil. You may consider a test that we do in the practice called the omega test to see exactly what kind of oil you do have in your body. Dr. Bob, what do you do if you had thyroid cancer, the thyroid's been removed, and you have lymph nodes in your neck that also have been removed? You're taking levothyroxine. Well, I want you to know from my experience, anybody that's had their thyroid removed really needs to be on some type of thyroid medication. So I'm not going to tell you to go off of that. Is Armour a good substitute? I really can't say. You have to look at the numbers. You might want to have your thyroid panel done, including a TPO, and we make recommendations accordingly. Sometimes somebody might have a tired brain and their brain's not able to secrete thyroid stimulating hormone. You may have poor conversion of T4 to T3. Dr. Bob, how can non-cancerous nodules on the thyroid be reduced in size or eliminated naturally? That's a very good question. First, I'd want to see the results of your thyroid tests. TSH, T3, T4, and a TPO, which is like a test that we can see if you have an autoimmune problem. You may even consider a urine iodine loading test and or a serum iodine test or a urine iodine test. You say, why do I need to do that for? Because we have to see some numbers to see what's going on inside of your body. Oftentimes we'll have our practice members just apply liquid iodine to their thyroid gland on the front of the throat. You may consider having a shower dechlorinator. We know that chlorine, bromine, and fluorine reduce the amount of iodine in your body, and your thyroid does need iodine. Dr. Bob, I've been on thyroid medication for years. I get cold very frequently. What's with that? Very good question. Thyroid medication is typically T4, TOM4. It's inactive thyroid. T4 needs to be converted to T3. The number of T4 is usually 8. The number of T3 uptake is usually 30. So you may have poor conversion of T4 to T3. I talk about this in Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Balancing Female Hormones. A very common low thyroid challenge is the poor conversion of T4 to T3. So all of you out there, and I know there is a lot of you taking thyroid hormone, you could still have low thyroid function because it's not converting T4 to T3. Read the chapter in my book, Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Balancing Female Hormones. Last question. Thank you so much for your valuable information, Dr. Bob. It's very generous of you to share your time and knowledge. So you're taking 3 drops of a form of iodine, equivalent to 1,950 micrograms per serving, about 2 milligrams a day. So you wanted to add a little bit extra. So you wanted to know where I came up with the 12 milligrams of iodine every day. So through research and time, I've learned that generally Japanese ladies consume about 12 milligrams of iodine every day from sea vegetables and seafood. And so the rough rule of thumb is 12 milligrams of iodine seems to be a good norm, and even from my experience, for individuals who have chronic thyroid challenges. So that's important for you to have a grasp on that. Now, when you look at even thyroid nutrition, the products that we use from the companies that we use, like Biotics Research Corporation and others, most of them use a 12 milligram tablet. Now, it's based on thyroid blood test, a urine iodine loading test. So there's not a cookie cutter for this. Sometimes we'll have people start with a half of a tablet or 6 milligrams a day. But I would encourage you to have a thyroid panel done, including a TPO, and maybe a urine iodine loading test. I'm Dr. Bob DeMaria.